Hi, I'm Niall, and you're watching Fat Five's Football TV. Fat Five's Football is back with Week 7 highlights after a break from our editing and video team for Week 6, so please don't adjust your sets. This is the current recent highlight. 12 games to show you today. We're going to go into the team lineup straight away. Parmesan Belgrade are having a disaster lineup for this week, as you would say, with only 2 key core team members available this week. However, they have plenty in support from the Commissioner's team, with Paddy, Stephen and Lewis all coming in, as well as the league's own Commissioner appearing for the team this week. Can they turn their fortunes around? Moving on next to defending champions Flaberdeen. Flaberdeen are looking at a 7-man lineup for this week, with Doug, Paul, Danzo, Jamie, a new sign-in from the Commissioner's team to the team, as well as having Craig, Barry, and also another new sign-in in Kev from the Commissioner's team, both joining Flaberdeen for the first time this week. Scrandinavia's line up next, and their team are looking strong in the last couple of weeks. They've got Wayne, Lewis, Thomas, Chris, Champers, Matthew and Homer all available this week, with Chris and Champers in recent weeks scoring goals in the back of the net, and with the addition of Thomas and Homer this week, Lewis will be a happy man looking at the lineup that he has available for his team to push on into the league. O.B City line up next for you, and they're strong as ever with a lot of core team members with Willie, Brian, Nathan, Lewis, Dogs and Adam, and Matt S, who is another new sign-in joining from the Commissioner's team into O.B City. So plenty of teams this week getting new firepower to help them out this week as O.B City look to push on. Moving on to Rapid Viennetta, who are still battling at the top of the table there with Ivory Toast. They are a little bit shy of players this week, but they still get able to call upon James, Niall, Aidan, JC, Cal, and one of their new signings as well from the Commissioner's team in Ray, joining them this week for his Rapid Viennetta debut as they continue to battle at the top. Fatburn Rovers have had a resurgence in form in the last couple of weeks. This week though, they are, like amongst the other teams this week, running a little bit short on the core team members. Robbie, John, Sean, Stephen, Mitchell all available, and returning Commissioner favourite to the Fatburn team on loan this week, Timber, is looking to try and cement their place in the league. Ivory Toast now are having a wonderful season so far in terms of their recent form and compared to last season, but they are short on players this week with only 6 available to them. That's going to get them across the line hopefully this week. Liam, Greg, Ian, Connor all from the core team available. MJ and Zach coming from the Commissioner squad to help them out this week. Finally, looking at Bayern Bru this week, Bayern Bru, one of the teams as well as a couple of others that don't need to lean onto the Commissioner's team this week. They're able to call upon Colin Roscoe, Andrew, Craig, Taylor and Paul and Colin for this week, as they find themselves battling at the wrong end of the table and hoping that this week they can maybe get some points and turn things around. Talking about the league table, we'll have a quick look at it before we kick off. Rapid Viennetta at the top, with Ivory Toast below them, just 3-point difference. Scrandinavia, O.B City and Fatburn Rovers make up the next positions. Flaberdeen, Bayern Bru and then Parmesan Belgrade at the bottom on 14 points. First game highlights available for you this week is Flaberdeen versus Parmesan Belgrade. Flaberdeen in blue shooting from left to right, and Parmesan Belgrade in white shooting from right to left. And as you would have seen in the team lineups, Parmesan Belgrade having to call upon 4 Commissioner players this week to try and help them turn around the fortunes and get away from the bottom of the table. As you see Flaberdeen coming forward with Danzo there, header straight at our very own Commissioner Chopper in goals here for Parmesan Belgrade today to help boost up the numbers for the squad. And now Parmesan Belgrade in a defensive position as Flaberdeen come forward. Doug with a shot, and it's Flaberdeen that have hit earliest in this game and got themselves the opening goal. Craig there on the opposite side of the pitch with a nice pass through the legs of Paddy there. Doug in space. Stephen tries to come across there, but it ends up going, I think, maybe between the legs there of Stephen, and Chopper unable to act upon it. And Parmesan Belgrade find themselves behind in this match early on. 1-0 to Flaberdeen. Flaberdeen will be happy to find themselves ahead in this match early on. As Graham there with a fantastic volley there. Unbelievable stuff there. A ball whipped from the opposite side of the pitch there by Jordan through the tiniest of gap there. First time volley, bottom corner. Couldn't have placed that any better. Graham will be absolutely delighted with himself for scoring a goal of such high quality there. Parmesan Belgrade hitting back straight away. This has been unlike the Parmesan Belgrade that we have seen of previous weeks, that when going down early, find it hard from there. They've got themselves back into the game. Can they hold on to it? Jordan pushing forward there, but Jamie, the new signing for Flaberdeen, in goals there, replacing the ever missed and loved Don, who sadly has left the league due to work commitments. And he's doing a fantastic job so far, Jamie, I have to say. Saved there over Jordan earlier. Now the ball's up in the Flaberdeen half, but it's pulled all the way back to Stephen here on loan from the Commissioner's team. Looking to shoot from distance. And he does score there from distance, Stephen. Wonderful shot there. He takes the ball away from Kev, their new signing for Flaberdeen as well. Looks to close him down. Hits it with such power. Goes past Dan. Tries to get a foot out there to try and stop it. And then it's into the back of the net. Past Jamie there in goals. It's the goal for Stephen. Jamie in goals for Flaberdeen. So 2-1, incredibly, for Parmesan Belgrade against the defending champions. They've got themselves in front. Now, can they hang on to this? We have seen them there as a save there from Chopper down low and stops the ball, keeps it in the box. As I say, we've seen Parmesan Belgrade fight well in matches but unable to get across the line. So this game could be filled with any sorts of drama as Jordan comes forward there, and a good save there by Jamie and stops it from trickling behind him into the back of the net for the goal there. As the sun decides to shine upon us as we experience a typical Northern Scottish summer where we have multiple seasons in one evening. Jordan coming forward now with a shot. Brilliant goal there from Jordan from distance. Shot there with such power. Makes it into the back of the net there. Craig trying to keep up with them there. Great power there. Stephen just steps out the way, just lets it go in the back of the net, and that probably bamboozles Jamie a little bit there. Completely in the rules though, we don't have any offsides or anything like that, so Stephen doing nothing against the rules there if he has been distracting Jamie in goals there. Parmesan Belgrade find themselves 3-1 in front in this match. This is a bit of a change. Could this be vital points that they are been looking for as they get a fourth there in the midst of that? Graham just on the pitch having a little bit of a complaint to the ref that he's not into position there. It doesn't matter anyway. Jordan's won that ball off of Kev. Disaster for Kev there in the defensive line for Flaberdeen. And I think Graham's just grateful there that Jordan's managed to put the ball in the back of the net to give him time to get into his own half. But it's 4-1 now in this match. Parmesan Belgrade brilliantly taking this game by the scruff of the neck away from Flaberdeen as we see the ball into the Flaberdeen half once again. Parmesan Belgrade picking it up once again in the opponent's half. Middle of the pitch, they were loose. Oh, and the save there from Jamie. Brilliant save there. Unfortunately, Jamie, so far in this game, hasn't been able to show his high standard goalkeeping prowess as he has on previous weeks. But they are still showing that he's got the skills. As once again, they are great clearance for him to not only stop the shot, but to get it away from danger as well. And Parmesan Belgrade have to rethink again. Paddy on loan from Commissioners to Graham there, up against Danzo. Danzo, nice little work to win it, but it's away. Now Paddy through on goal. Paddy slots it away. It's 5-1. And this is the sort of thing that if this was a professional football match on a weekend, you would say this is a bit of a coupon buster, this one. And lovely goal there by Paddy, storming into the middle of the pitch and slotting it away. And Parmesan Belgrade are in absolute dreamland right now. Not only are they winning the game, they're building themselves a bit of a comfortable lead here as the ball is smashed across the goal there, but unfortunately nobody from Flaberdeen able to put it away. Flaberdeen will be wondering how this has managed to get away from them so quickly after getting such a great start. But good goalkeeping there again from Jamie, and Barry able to see it back to the goalkeeper now. The early goal scorer for Parmesan, Graham, playing it back to Jordan. Jordan has been phenomenal in this match. The shot from distance there, and a good save there by Jamie, and Danzo will clean up there. It is safe to say, though, that with Jordan coming back from a period of absence, it has changed a bit of Parmesan Belgrade. A lot more speed and pace into the team available, and no doubt the Commissioner players on display here have helped as well. A few of them up for signing, and Lewis might be one of those that is absolutely touting a move to Parmesan in the near future with that brilliant goal there. Graham smashing that ball off the back of the net. It actually looked like as if Lewis had mishit that completely, and it managed to trundle into the bottom corner of the goal there spectacularly. That is some goal from Lewis there, and I think everybody was bamboozled to see that go in. And now it's made it 6-1. Make that 6-2 there. Craig with a brilliant run straight off a kickoff there. Doug playing the ball in the middle of the pitch, gets to round the back of Graham there. Chopper, you have to say that's poor position there. I think he thought he was going to keep running there, but Craig with the pace got it on the ball, saw the opening and slots it into the back of the net. 6-2 in this game now. Is this going to be a danger zone for Parmesan? Are they going to put themselves under some undue stress as we go into the later stages of the game? There is still plenty of time in this match available for anything to happen in this case. As the ball at the back post there, and Paddy there has missed it. I thought it was Jordan there, but it's actually Paddy at the back post there. Completely miskicks that, and it goes wide. Parmesan Belgrade looking good though, still looking aggressive. Flaberdeen, you have to say they've done very little wrong in this match. Flaberdeen in front of goals there as Kay's shot is saved by Chopper. Down low quickly there. That's the sort of chance you'd want them to take, as Jordan takes advantage of the save from Chopper there and pushes up the pitch with a bit of speed. 1-on-1 v Doug there, gives him the eyes and then slots it into the back of the net. And Jamie is left just standing and watching that ball hit the back of the net. So they've went from being in a defensive and threatening position, Parmesan Belgrade, to being up the pitch and securing more of their lead here. 7-2 being the scoreline in this game. Flaberdeen coming forward now. Can they get some last minute goals? A good block there by Stephen, but the ball is still sitting in front of the goals as it's cleared away. Stephen and Jordan connecting there. Lewis chipping it up into the air, and Stephen will win that ball. Dying moments of the game now as the ball goes all the way through to Jamie. Referee blows the whistle. 7-2 to Parmesan Belgrade. They'll be ecstatic by that. And then we move on to game number 2 of week 7, which sees Bayern Bru versus Ivory Toast. Bayern Bru in purple, shooting left to right, and Ivory Toast in yellow, shooting right to left. These are our two newest teams that came around into the league during season 6. So this is a bit of a battle between the newbies, if you want to call it that, but actually more accurately, it's almost top v bottom in this scenario. So this will be an interesting outcome as both these teams have different fortunes happening right now. As Liam, through their on goal, tried to get the shot away, but great defensive work denies him the opportunity there. MJ now on loan from the Commissioner's team for Ivory Toast in this match, playing the ball through to Greg, and Greg's shot there is closed down there by Leaps as he looks to play the ball all the way back. Some early chances here for Ivory Toast knocking on the Bayern Bru door, but nothing has converted yet. Taylor now looking to play out from where he was there and accidentally playing it to Liam, and Liam's shot there saved. Actually, it might not have been Taylor. I think Taylor was trying to come and get across, but from the angle, it almost looked like it was his ball that was being played. Ivory Toast now on the break, pushing forward. Greg now gets the shot, and Paul in goals for Bayern Bru is able to stop him there. And as you saw there at the end of that clip, Andrew, making his debut for this season, has been missing for a number of weeks for Bayern Bru, making a well-welcomed return. As Zach comes out there, makes a save, and the referee has given the penalty there, saying that Zach's come out the box. If you have a look there, Leeds with a shot, and Zach, yeah, you can see just a little bit of his legs outside the box there, but more importantly, he is out the box whilst making the save and using that to his advantage. So, penalty to Bayern Bru. And it's saved. And Ivory Toast and Zach might think that has been a deserved outcome for the penalty. You have to say though, for the referee, definitely the case for the penalty there. It's not as contentious as one we've seen beforehand there. As the shot from Craig for Bayern Bru smashes it back there, and maybe Bayern Bru think this is more of an appropriate result after the outcome of the penalty. Craig driving on there, absolutely smashed that into the top corner there after the heroics of saving the penalty there from Zach, although he did cause it himself. Craig there is able to get it past him, unlike they were able to with the penalty. So 1-0 to Bayern Bru in this match. And just a bit of a reminder there, we've got Zach, who's on loan from the Commissioner's team, as well as MJ for Ivory Toast in this match. As Bayern Bru in front of goals again, takes the shot, and Leeds gets it into the back of the net, making it 2-0 now to Bayern Bru. And maybe that's a bit of a revenge for the penalty miss. Say revenge, it was still a great save by Zach for the penalty, so we don't want to be too harsh on the goalkeeper. But it is 2-0 to Ivory Toast, and maybe Ivory might be thinking this is a bit of a harsh scoreline that they find themselves in after being quite predominant going forward in the early game, but Bayern Bru, they'll be happy. They are really looking for points this week as Andrew tries to get the shot away and it's saved there, or maybe closed down, but either way, defensive goalkeeper working together there. But as I said, Bayern Bru will be delighted with the potential of going away with some points here as Taylor gets the ball out to Colin there and he can't quite make connection, and now the counter's on. Ball rode it to Ian, but unfortunately nothing comes from that. Greg, ball looking to push forward now to try and get his team forward as the shot's missed there and Liam just hits wide on the rebound. Unlucky there for Ivory Toast. Those are chances we've seen in previous week they've been able to convert, but this week are unable to. And a long ball's played at the Taylor, but it's intercepted by Liam. Liam on the run. Liam who's in form and blocked there by Paul in goal. Worth a reminder, Liam is one of our in-form attacking and scoring players in the league, so Ivory Toast will probably be very frustrated just now. They've not even had a single goal in this match. Still 2-0 to Bayern Bru. Goalkeeper and defence working well for the men in purple as Liam there does show his goal scoring prowess there, as we mentioned, and manages to get the opening goal for Ivory Toast there. Lovely run there by MJ to actually see Liam on the other side there and play the ball to him. And then Liam smashes that past Paul in goals. Paul has had a fantastic shift so far in goals for Bayern Bru. Unfortunately, he's picking the ball out of his net for him there. And so now both goalkeepers have been beaten in this game. 2-1 being the score, though. Ivory Toast still behind as the shout there. And the referee is given the penalty now. It looks like there's a bit of a confession there from the Bayern Bru player. Yeah, you can see there. Ball definitely in the box. Brilliant spot by a referee who obviously had a clear line of vision to call that one. And Liam makes it 2, not only for him but for Ivory Toast in this match. A well taken penalty there, and it was a justly called penalty as well. So both teams in this match have had a penalty each, but 2 different outcomes. So 2-2 is the score now. Ivory Toast have managed to get themselves back into this game as Roscoe looks to come forward there, and Zach diving down. Brilliant last minute save there. You can see it was very late where that touch just in front of him was taken by the Bayern Bru player, and he manages to react well to get down for it. As we hear whistles in other games finishing up there, this one is still going on. MJ shot there just wide, but we are entering the very last stages of this match, and so Ivory Toast or Bayern Bru will need to get moving quickly, or maybe both teams are happy to walk away with the draw, which is the final result. 2-2 between these teams. The points are split. Match number 3, Fatburn Rovers versus O.B City. Fatburn Rovers in green shooting left to right, and O.B City in black shooting right to left. Both these teams have had, you would have to say, different fortunes so far in the season. O.B City started off on a flyer high up in the league, and Fatburn Rovers near the bottom. And it is the Fatburn Rovers team that strike first with John here. Simple interception there. The pass from Brian not finding the target there. And John absolutely, well, I'd say thunders. It's more of a roll, but it's a very straight shot into the bottom corner. Hit there with purpose. And therefore, it's the opening goal. So 1-0 to Fatburn Rovers. As I was saying, both these teams having different starts. Fatburn Rovers found themselves very early on at the bottom of the table and have started to move up. So these teams are trading places in the league. It's Fatburn Rovers that have the advantage in this game, as John's pass is now intercepted by Brian, who he intercepted, and Brian is now punished him for that pass. And so 2 players doing to each other and scoring. It's a very, very interesting setup that's been for these goals in each way. Very poetic. However, the players don't care about this. It's 1-1. That's all that matters to them. There's been 2 goals in this game. That's all you probably care about as well. So 1-0 in the match now. Both these teams back on to level pegging now, as you see Fatburn Rovers coming forward with the ball. Robbie off screen, unfortunately, as I said before, and we can't capture the whole pitch with these cameras, so a bit of action just off screen there, and John unable to get his foot around the ball there to convert that into the back of net for his second goal. So it remains 1-1 in this match as they come forward there, and a great save there by Adam, who is in goals for O.B City today. So this game having a bit of action already as Brian comes forward to Goggs. Goggs with a shot, and Goggs converts with the goal there. Stephen, unfortunately, in goals. Fatburn Rovers tried his best to try and kick that ball away as it came straight toward him, but got it wrong there. And it's in the back net. You could see the frustration there from Stephen. He knew it was going straight to his feet there. But it happens. It happens to many a goalkeeper that they think they have the ball settled. Takes a little bit of a nick off a foot, and the next thing you know, you're picking it out the back of the net. So commiserations there to Stephen for that. But congratulations to O.B City there for getting second goal. And O.B City, I've got another one straight away there. The referee blew it for the free kick into the corner there. Fatburn Rovers not quite into position there, but O.B City and Brian there absolutely paying attention, and they've taken the advantage of that to get their third goal in this game. So 3-1 now to O.B City. Brian with 2 goals to his name. So a bit of a change from the start of the match, where Fatburn Rovers started lightning quick, and it's going even worse for Fatburn Rovers, with Goggs getting his second of the game, joining Brian on 2 goals in this matches. Goggs, brilliant dribbling there, turning Mitchell inside and out for Fatburn Rovers there, and then slotting the ball in the back of the net past Stephen in goals there. 4-1 now to O.B City, and they look like they're starting to extend a bit of a lead in this match. One ball all the way up to Fatburn Rovers goalkeeper Stephen, and a terrible pass there by Timber, and now Brian's set up Goggs, and Goggs puts it through Timber's legs there and punishes them once again. Absolute disaster here at the back there from Timber, and you can see he's desperate to get across to try and make up for the mistake, and again running across. Great credit to him for trying to do his best to stop it, but Brian and Goggs, a lethal partnership for O.B City, once again knew exactly where to be for each other there, and Goggs gets his third of the game now. First player in this match to score a hat-trick is Goggs there, as he continues to fight and pull out a bit of a lead for the MVP. O.B City coming forward once again, and the ball a little bit scuffed there, but Stephen has managed to deflect that away from the goal line. So Fatburn Rovers trailing 5-1 in this match. 4-goal deficit to kind of overcome. I say kind of, definitely have to overcome that if they're going to get anything. And that's a great start towards reducing that deficit, as Mitchell there goes on a bit of a solo run, has got Nathan there for company, kind of giving them the eyes and a wee bit of the shoulder there, and then hits it into the back of the net past Adam there. Apologies, I'm stumbling over my words a little bit here. But that's a great goal there by Fatburn Rovers and by Mitchell to get themselves back into this game. 5-2 now the scoreline. So there's only a 3-goal difference in this match now. Can Fatburn Rovers rally themselves and continue to push forward as they hit the crossbar incredibly there? And that's very unfortunate. It looked like they were going to get something out that match, opportunity there, but not quite. John over the other side needs some help there, gets some help, and then Adam with a strong foot is able to deny that shot as the ball leaves the pitch entirely. Great save there by Adam in goals, and that's helping to keep the score at 5-2 in favour of his team. Fatburn Rovers coming forward now. Sean looking to play into Timber there. Timber now switching across. And Robbie gets on the end of that brilliant cross there and hits it into the back of the net. Robbie, who's back after a couple of weeks of absence as well. Brilliant take there into the bottom corner there. Adam wrong-footed there, unable to get anything on that, but the volley is so good from Robbie there. I think most goalkeepers would have struggled to get anything on that themselves. So 5-3, and some brilliant goals we've seen so far in this game, as well as some disastrous defending, with both teams looking at attacking now as John comes forward. John skips the challenge there. John with the goal. That is a brilliant goal there. He managed to skip past that challenge from Goggs. So you can see the foot comes out there, jumps over it there, and then is clear on through for the shot. Nothing necessarily wrong with Goggs' tackle. Just wanted to make that clear. It was a little bit late, obviously, with the ball, but John riding the tackle very well there and be able to get the opportunity in front of the goal. So 5-4 in this match now. It is getting closer and closer. Fatburn Rovers on the comeback now as Robbie's picked up the ball and has options. Finds John. John up against Willie. Rolls past Willie. Rolls past another. Oh, that is unbelievable from John there. He's able to get that ball past multiple defenders coming across there. Willie tries there. He's got two closing in there, gets in front of the goal there, and then just dinks it into the back of the net. And John now becomes the second player in this match to pick up a hat-trick in the game. Now that's Goggs and John both on hat-tricks that have completed 5. Oh, brilliant comeback here from Fatburn Rovers. Now the question is going to be, who is going to take the decisive lead in this match? Currently O.B City on the ball. Are they able to get back in front again? Great block there by Timber second. And Stephen with the save there. And at a crucial point, could that be a crucial save that manages to turn the tide back into the favour of his team? O.B City looking to play out from the back as Adam rolls it up, and the ball not quite getting all the way through. Now John's got it now to Robbie. Robbie now all the way through. And there we go. And that's Sean there for Fatburn Rovers, getting the 6th goal and putting Fatburn Rovers in the lead once again. They are lurking at the back post. Not quite lurking actually, but managed to keep with the play there. Robbie seeing that ball and playing it all the way across. It looked like as if the intended target initially was going to be John, but actually he's able to see Sean at the back post and take advantage of that, and Fatburn Rovers put themselves into a commanding position as we go into late stages of the match now. An interception there from Fatburn Rovers, but Goggs is away now. Can Goggs get anything on it? And another save there from Stephen, and you can hear the frustration there from O.B City. And now we are witnessing the last bits of play here for this match. Fatburn Rovers with a slender 1-goal lead after a fantastic comeback. Will O.B City manage to get up the pitch and get another chance before the referee blows for full time? Adam has the ball. Can he get it out there? He does, through the goals, but the referee blows. 6-5 Fatburn Rovers is the final score. Match number 4 sees Scrandinavia versus Rapid Viennetta of Season 8, Week 7 of Fat Five's football. Scrandinavia in red, shooting from left to right, and Rapid Viennetta shooting from right to left. Rapid Viennetta finding themselves at the top of the table and having a bit of a wonderful time this season, you'd have to say, back to almost their glory days where they were back-to-back winners a few seasons back. Scrandinavia are on a resurgence though, especially with the players like Chris that have joined them recently from the start of the season, and Champers, who has been back in form appearance and scoring appearance, as well as the man who's just put the ball in the back of the net, Homer, all being available for them in recent weeks. And it's Scandinavia who have struck first in this match, taking the opening goal against Rapid Viennetta there, and they will be happy with that start. Rapid Viennetta looking to try and pick up as many points as possible as they battle at the top against Ivory Toast, as well as others, but especially Ivory Toast hot on their heels, as Champers has the ball at feet and just shoots wide of the goal there. But Scandinavia still have the ball in the middle of the pitch now, looking to try and make something from it as Chris hits some distance, and Chris with a goal for Scandinavia. He has been in absolute red hot form since joining them earlier on in the season, has helped turn things around from them. And just a reminder, Scandinavia last season ended the season at the bottom of the league, and so with the addition of players like Chris has really helped them. But Aidan there already chipping away at that 2-goal lead there by scoring for Rapid Viennetta. Almost an instant reply. In fact, practically, an instant reply there from kickoff for Rapid Viennetta. And Aidan himself has been on some great goal scoring form as well. So expect goals from this match. It's not going to be a quiet one, I can tell you that. So 2-1 already in this game, 3 goals very early on. The ball played to Homer. Homer getting that opening goal for Scandinavia, looking to get another one there, but it is saved there by James in goals for Rapid Viennetta. Rapid now into the Scandinavia half, but it's been intercepted. Ray there, unfortunately unable to find his target. There's Champers hits, and the shot goes high and a little bit wide there. James might have got a glove on that, but either way, the goal is safe and sound, and it remains at 2-1. And Chris is now on a blistering run. He's got 3 players, so he's past 2, takes the shot. Great save there by James, and Scandinavia are forced to go back and think again. Thomas, nice ball through there to Champers. Champers under control. Champers just its wide, second chance, and he smashes it past James there. And you can see the excitement there. Just to clarify, Both Champers and James in goal for Rapid Viennetta there, play for Aberdeen's football fans in training squad, and so are very close friends here. And I think it's more the fact that Champers is just delighted to get a goal past James, who is an incredible goalkeeper there. So 3-1 in this match, and it was good to see there. It's good to see a little bit of the humour and a little bit of the social side that happens outside of these games that you viewers don't always get a full picture of as part of this league. So hopefully everyone gets a little bit of a laugh and a giggle out of that anyway. But back to the game, 3-1 to Scrandinavia. Scrandinavia now pushing ahead 2-1 now as Chris takes a shot and Chris scores. It's now 4-1 in this match. And that's a great goal by Chris there. I think I may have undersold it a little bit there in the commentary, but he takes that ball down from the air, a nice little touch, and then slams it into the back of the net there. And Scandinavia are looking on fire here. They are being relentless in this match. 4-1 is the score against Rapid Viennetta. Rapid Viennetta a little bit light on players this week, and I think with the heat that was actually going on in this week, it's going to be a bit of a hard shift for them, but big credit to all the players there as JC comes forward now, and JC there, wow, what a goal there by JC. As much as I'm crediting Champers and Chris for their goals, that's a brilliant one there. The challenge comes across there, a little bit of a shoulder barge. I think JC could have easily kind of went down there in front of goals and got the free kick from the ref, but he kept strong there, kept going, and is rewarded with the goal instead, which I think everyone would agree is a much better reward than the free kick. So 4-2 now. Rapid Viennetta coming back into this game. They are not letting Scandinavia necessarily run away with this match as they look to be on the attack once again. The ball all the way back to about midfield area, and the ball then to Ray. Ray now with the shot. Great block there by Thomas, and now Champers is on the run. Champers slots it away. 5-2 in this game, and you've got to feel bad for Rapid Viennetta there as Ray took the shot there. Great position there. It was a great block by Thomas, but massive slice of luck there that the ball landed at the feet of Champers, and it's 5-2 there. And you can see JC there, a little bit of frustration there. I have to feel for it there. That was completely fluky. It's probably the best way to describe it there, the way that ball deflected off of Thomas. Now Chris through on goals. Can Chris score? Yes, he does. Champers and Chris absolutely lethal in this match today. 6-2 now the score. Once again, a little bit unfortunate luck there by Rapid Viennetta with the way that the ball has bounced there, and they're on the run and they slot it in the back of the net, and James is left just having to pick the ball out the back of the net there. 6-2 in this match is now the score. Rapid Viennetta very quickly there, just seen this game run away from them. And it is, you have to say, it is a bit cruel on them, but that's just the fortune of how football games go. And JC, once again, he might be frustrated that his team is losing, but that frustration is producing some stunners of some goals there. Runs away there from Matthew, gives himself the space and smashes it there into the back of it. That's an outstanding goal there by JC. And so that now makes the scoreline 6-3 in this match to Scrandinavia there. JC with 2 goals, 2 brilliant goals there, but they still find themselves trailing in the match. James there with the block just before in the last highlight there with a good save there. And now Scrandinavia are on the attack once again. Thomas shoots from distance and James gets a save there. It seems to be a little bit more of the bread and butter that James was hoping he would have been facing earlier on. Shots from distance there. Oh, and that almost went in the back of the net there, but brilliant reactions there from James in goals. He manages to stop it crossing the line there and denying Homer another goal there and keeping it at 6-3 with the 3 goal difference there. JC shot deflected there. Rapid Viennetta, and then Wayne with a great save there against Aidan. And now the ball is went through, but Niall there, great tackle there. Otherwise it would have been Homer and Champers through on goal against the goalkeeper. Rapid Viennetta kind of sitting in the Scandinavia half here. They'll be looking to try and convert this at some point, but the ball not quite making all its way, and Homer clears that all the way up the pitch there. Final whistle goes 6-3 to Scandinavia. Game number 5, Week 7, Season 8, Fat 5 Football, Scrandinavia versus O.B City. Scandinavia in red, shooting from left to right, and O.B City looking from right to left. Not quite an OG game, you'd have to say. O.B City did join us We were one of the first of the newer teams that we joined in after our initial setup of the league, but getting quite close there to one of the OG ones. Both these teams having success in the early seasons of Fat Fives football. To Scandinavia on the attack now, looking to try and get the opening goal here, and being denied there by the defending and goalkeeping skills of O.B City there. Champers on the run, but the ball's picked up there by Willie. Now Chris has it. Can Chris convert? Chris takes a shot. Yes, he does. The on form, on fire Chris once again, putting the ball in the back of the net there, picking up in the midfield there, and then unable to be blocked by O.B City there, and he punishes him by sticking the ball in the back of the net. So 1-0 in this match between these teams here. And ironically enough, we've got Gogs and Chris, who are both fighting at the top of the MVP table for that trophy in this match. And Chris has been the first one to strike blood and get himself some extra points in that battle. Champers there almost with the opportunity, but Willie coming across and doing some good defensive work. Adam now has lost the ball out to Chris. Now can Chris get another goal there? Plays it to Matthew. Oh, incredibly, Matthew's hit the underside of the bar. He took that so well, hit it with a good amount of power, but it just didn't sneak under the bar and into the goal. Scandinavia looking to come forward now. Chris now with the ball. Chris still running. Chris. And it's denied there by Nathan. Great goalkeeping there to deny Chris a second goal. Thomas now with lovely footwork there, but it's been lost there to Willie. Willie now to Lewis, and then through to Brian. Can Brian convert? Brian with a shot. Oh, that's fantastic goalkeeping there from Wayne. The almost Rabona save there as Thomas now has the ball, and the save there from Nathan. Both goalkeepers, great display of goalkeeping skills here, denying these strikers and keeping it only at 1-0. So good action at the start of this match here. Thomas there playing it through to Champers, and the ball has been put in the back of the net there to make it 2-0 in this match. Thomas on the far side, seeing Champers in some space. Brian trying to come across and block him there, but Champers sticks it into the corner of the goals and into the back of the net, and it's 2-0 now in this match. Chris and Champers on the score sheet, putting Scrandinavia in a 2-goal lead. Wayne with the ball now, looking to play it to Champers. Champers, a little bit of pressure there. Matthew plays that ball through, almost a perfect ball. Still a lovely pass there through the middle, split open there. Chris with the ball on the edge of the box. Can Chris convert? Oh, and he's lost it now. Now Lewis and O.B City. Brian now. Brian through to Lewis. Can Lewis convert? Yes, he does! Oh my word, scintillating stuff there with O.B City there on the break. Brian puts that ball through two Scandinavian players there trying to get back. That's a fantastic pass, and Lewis rewards and thanks Brian for the quality of the pass by putting it into the back of the net. So O.B City are now back into this game, or at once into this game for the first time with that goal, making it 2-1 in this match as they look to press forward now with only a 1-goal difference. Champers there with the ball. Champers makes it 3-1 in the game. That ball just drifting around the middle of the pitch there. Look like Chris is going to pick it up. Champers puts his name on it, puts his laces through it, and it rolls into the back of the net past Nathan there. And now Scandinavia find themselves back in the lead, back with a 2-goal lead, and in the driving seat as O.B City look to respond. Homer's now picked up the ball, plays it over to Champers though. Champers back to Homer. Homer puts it in. Brilliant connecting play, very similar to Brian and Lewis there for O.B City's opening goal there. The ball just playing across the pitch there, putting Nathan in goals, having to run him from one side of the goals to the other there, and then the punishment is applied by Homer there to O.B City. 4-1 is the score now as a shot from Willie there is saved by Wayne. And so Scandinavia find themselves now with a 3-goal lead for the first time in this match. It could have been more though. Champers in the way. It is more. It is 4. Champers puts that in the back of the net past Nathan in goals. And O.B City find themselves way behind in this match now. 4 goals difference between the two teams. And you have to say, big credit to Scrandinavia. They have been lethal tonight in front of goals between the likes of Chris and Champers. And not forgetting Homer as well, also on the score sheet, not only in this game, but in other games as well. One player that we've mentioned already who's been a bit quiet in this match, Gogs. Will he come to life later on in this game and drive a comeback as Homer looks to flick it to Champers. A great flick there. That's a good save there by Nathan in goals, though, to deny Champers and to stop this game running away from O.B City. And the man that we were just speaking about there, Goggs with the ball, with the free kick there, looks to play at the back post to Brian. And Wayne gets some strong hands on the ball there and keeps it under control. Now Scrandinavia looking to push forward. Chris on the far side looking to find somebody to pass to. Thomas is offered the run. Gives it to Homer. Homer in great space. Homer with the shot. Homer with the goal. And I said that as much as we're praising Chris and Champers, and credit to Chris for that pass. Brilliant spot to find him in space there. Homer has just been as lethal as them in these matches. Might not have the numbers in the leagues, but in this game, he definitely has the numbers to match them. 6-1 in this match. O.B City, this game is getting away from them quickly. They're going to have to try and get themselves into this sooner rather than later. Otherwise, it's going to be curtains for this match. The ball played all the way through the middle. Brian to Goggs. Goggs now has the goal. As we mentioned earlier, has been quiet for a majority of this game and now has sprung into life. Nice little pass there by Brian. You would have thought Brian might have taken that on himself, but he was selfless in that and played through his teammate and currently top MVP player Goggs to get him. And is that the spark of life that O.B City needed in order to get back into this game? We shall find out in the upcoming parts of this game. Brian looks to play into Lewis. Lewis to Goggs. And now Goggs is a second. And O.B City have a third. And they are the team right now in the ascendancy. You have to say it's a big gap to close, but they are moving in the right direction in order to do that. Great passing of play between Brian, Lewis and Goggs to find Goggs on the far side, but that's a great finish you have to give him credit for there. So 6-3 now. Scandinavia's lead is being slowly chopped away as Homer picks the ball here, looks to go through, plays a shot, and it is saved there. I think there's some shouts there of Nathan being out of the box, but it looked like he was definitely in when he made the save, and therefore the game continues on in this match. Nathan playing that ball all the way up to Goggs. Goggs on his own. Can Goggs finish? Goggs. Oh, there we go. There we go. He has definitely sprung into life all of a sudden now, and now he's got himself a hat-trick. And it breaks through the defence there, and as Wayne comes out to try and close down, he just dinks it into the far corner there. And now there's only 2 goal difference between the teams now. You have to say, with Goggs coming a light into this game, has definitely made a difference. Big credit though to the team and the rest of the team on O.B City for helping to supply balls through into him there. But as Champers does it once again, puts the ball in the back of the net, has that halted the O.B City comeback there. There's an attempt to try and block any shots on goal there from Matt on the far side, and Champers just goes past him and sticks it into the back of the net to make it 7-4 in this match. So back to a 3-goal difference as it mounts up. We can hear whistles being blown in other matches, but this one's still continuing on. And the chance there, and Goggs has got a 4th. It was a very tight chance there. On the far side, and the ball just ricochets off the backboard. Goggs there, first to react to it, slots away. It's his 4th goal, back to a 2-goal difference here. You have to say, this game is just not settling at all. It is going massively back and forth between Scandinavia and O.B City. Scandinavia still got those 2 goals ahead of O.B City. Will that be enough? Will O.B City come back into this game? This game still plays on compared to other matches going on. Homer with the ball. Homer. Oh, and Homer has got a hat-trick there himself. Brilliant finish there. Brian given the eyes by Homer. Homer in all the space in the world, and then hits it. Not maybe the cleanest one. It bounces off the foot of Nathan there, but then it does go into the back of net, which is the main thing. Scrandinavia 8-5. Not long left. That looks like it's going to be it for this game. Potentially. Yes, it is. 8-5 to Scrandinavia. Final score. Game number 6 sees Ivory Toast versus Flaberdeen. Ivory Toast in yellow, shooting left to right. Flaberdeen in blue, shooting right to left here. As Danzo earlier on getting the ball in the middle of the pitch. Looks to get past Greg. Oh, and he scores! Almost straight from kickoff there, Danzo. Brilliant play there from Flaberdeen. He's got Greg in front of him there, Danzo. You can see that on a Craig. Decides to go himself, hits it, and puts it through the legs of Zach in goal. So a bit of evidence there to all our goalkeepers that even some of the best can still have the ball squirm through their legs into the back of the net. 1-0 to Flaberdeen. And Flaberdeen have had a bit of a hard time recently. Mainly, it's been a number of player absences and interruptions for their squad. But they've been moving in the wrong direction down the table. And so they'll be happy to be in the lead in this match against Ivory Toast early on in this game. Danzo, they're clearing the ball away. Now Ivory Toast on the break. Now Connor looked to play to Ian. Back to Connor. Can Connor slot away? Great block there by Craig. Jamie was down in goals, ready to try and make the save. It didn't need to, as his defender got in front of the shot there. A little bit of a coming together. The referee waves play on as Paul with the shot, and a save there from Zach as the ball just goes slightly off screen now. And now Doug's picked up. And oh no, he hasn't. Ian's through on goal. Can Ian convert? Yes, he does. Wonderful goal there by Ian. Doug, I'm not quite sure. I think he might have rolled his ankle there with it. But Ian, one-on-one with the goalkeeper, just slots it there. Jamie dives down early and commits, and then Ian gives the right amount of patience there and sticks it into the back of the net. Not quite sure what happened there with Doug. He is continuing and he is moving, which is a really good sign there. So it's 1-1 in this match between the teams as they look to try and find a winner. Well, a bit early for a winner, but either team will look to try and get ahead in this game. Flaberdeen, though, are the team that looks like it, with Craig there on the rebound after Doug's shot, and it can't be converted. So Flaberdeen still looking, attacking in this game as the ball is rolled all the way across to Paul. Craig tries to get there but can't get it under control. And the shot there, oh, wonderful double save there by Zach. Two quick saves there to try and keep the ball out of the net, which he did successfully. And then another couple of saves there. Doug now onto the third one, hits wide. Oh my word, unbelievable there from Flaberdeen. Multiple chances to stick in the back of the net and either shooting wide there or up against the cat-like reflexes of Zach in goal, who is on loan from Commissioners. And Liam, who is one of the permanent members, sticks the ball in the back of the net, almost out of nothing there. The ball comes out here. Kev looks like he's applying a good amount of pressure there, and it just manages to sneak past Kev and Jamie in goal, unable to react to that shot as it goes into the opposite side of the net there. And Flaberdeen now, after having a fantastic start, find themselves behind Kev, trying to get the ball away there from Ian. But eventually it's cleared up by Danzo. Now Craig's got it. Kev's on the run though. Craig, he plays to the Kev. Yes, he does. And Kev slots it in the back of the net there. And that is probably I don't know the describe it. It's probably a great, justification's the wrong word. Might be a reward. Maybe we'll go with reward for that for Kev. After having that goal from Liam sneak past him, he will now be elated that he stuck the ball in the back of the net for Flaberdeen to make up for it now, as Ivory Toast look to hold the ball up in their half. So 2-2 in this game between these two teams. Both of them looking for points for different reasons. Ivory Toast in that top of the table battle. Flaberdeen looking to try and get back up the table as the shot goes wide of Jamie's goal there from Ivory Toast on the attack. So it's been intercepted now by Ivory Toast and the ball can't quite get there. Now Barry's coming forward now. Barry, he's looking for a player, takes the shot himself, brilliant goal there. The interception there from Baz in the middle of the pitch there, pushes forward on his own there. Liam tries to come across, lovely little touch there from Baz to take the ball away from, and then slams it into the back of the net. And it's 3-2 now in this game. Very quick turnaround there from Flaberdeen, finding themselves 2-1 down. They're back into this game and ahead of this game, 3-2. Now the question is going to be, are they going to be able to hold on to this lead, or will Ivory Toast come at them with a little bit of vengeance, looking to get back into the lead of this game? Long ball all the way up to Paul now. Paul looking for options here as Danzo's come short there. The save from Zach, great hit there from Danzo, but Zach standing strong and clearing that ball. Now it's Ivory Toast's turn. They're playing the ball all the way back. The touch from Ian though, it's been lost. Doug's got it. Doug, he's got Paul opposite side, plays it through to Paul. Paul with the shot. Great save there from Zach. In fact, not only denying Paul, but managing to keep a hold of the ball at the same time. Great goalkeeping by the veteran goalkeeper. And once again, he is there blocking shots against Flaberdeen. They have, after getting an early goal past Zach through the legs earlier, I was going to say they met Zach, who's now found respawn, but Doug has now just scored to make it 4-2 for Flaberdeen. Zach will be annoyed with that. He is down early and committing. He's been having some fantastic saves. You can see him there slamming the ground in frustration. It's a shame for Zach after playing so well so far, as we had a false kick-off there. But it's 4-2 in this match. Great credit to Flaberdeen as they come once again. And Zach there strong to deny Craig from that kick-off there. Yeah, great credit to Flaberdeen though. This game has been massively back and forth so far. But Flaberdeen have got themselves a little bit ahead. As Liam in front of the goals there. Oh, and Jamie did get a touch in it, but Liam, his shot is far too powerful and still makes it into the back of the net there. Ian playing that pass, great through ball there. And then Liam, you can see Jamie there. In fact, actually, I thought Jamie got a touch. He actually didn't. It squirmed under the arms there. And he will be disappointed with that as he makes the score 4-3 in this game. Flaberdeen need to hold on to this lead though. They really could do with these points. And Ivory Toast have had much success over the weeks. This would be a big result for Flaberdeen. Still leading by a goal though. Still plenty of time in this match. Ivory Toast have it in the corner up the Flaberdeen end of the pitch. Now Craig's picked it up. Now Craig can play through Doug. And he tries to, but the pass is going awry there. Now Greg's breaking through. Liam's there. Will Liam convert? Yes, he does. And that's Ivory Toast back on level in this game. Unfortunately, that's Flaberdeen being punished just for a misplaced pass. It has been cruel for them. And you can see Craig and Kev there. Their heads, they're looking towards the sky. Frustration there that have not managed to stop that from happening. Liam, though, has got his hat-trick. And as I said previously in the video, he is one of our in-form strikers in the league, as he's been scoring regularly week after week for Ivory Toast. One of the big reasons why they've been moving so well up the pitch. But it's 4-4 in this game. Flaberdeen now. Doug trying to get through there, but doesn't quite make it. Liam in front of goals now. Will he convert? Oh, and he does! And is that the winning goal? Has Liam there just snuck the winning goal there for Ivory Toast? There's not a huge amount of time left though, and it is unfortunate for Flaberdeen. Jamie out quickly to try and close down the options for Liam, but Liam still finds it there. 4 goals for Liam in this match. Unbelievable. As Baz looks to come forward for Flaberdeen, can they get a shot away? Not quite. And we're into the last bits of action in this match now. Ivory Toast looking to hang on to this ball with a slender 1-goal lead. They'll be looking to slow it down massively. And any second now, we're going to be hearing the referee's whistle. Ivory Toast will be delighted. There it is, 5-4 to Ivory Toast. What a turnaround in this match. Match number 7 sees Rapid Viennetta versus Parmesan Belgrade. Rapid Viennetta in orange, shooting left to right, and Parmesan Belgrade in white, shooting right to left. Early on here, chance for James for Rapid Viennetta, but it shoots just wide there. So, interesting so far this week for both these teams. Rapid Viennetta having a bit of a harder time. There's a save there from Chopper in goals. Callan with opportunity. Oh, another save there by Chopper. Incredible stuff there in goals. Aidan with a last minute touch there. And Cal did shout to see out the box. So we'll look at this to see the save there. He's in the box there, Chopper, when the ball bounced off him. The hand goes down there for stability. Referee obviously thinking that the save has happened long before while still in the box, and therefore the hand is just a stabilisation thing. So very muted protest there, but I still wanted to check it out there anyway. And that's a shot from Jordan gone wide. So action at the start of this match, especially for Rapid Viennetta there. Some early chances denied by some classy goalkeeping there. But that is not classy at all there from Chopper, as the ball has went through his legs into the back of the net there. Aidan winning that ball in the corner there, and you can see there, Chopper there tries to clear it with his foot, gets it all wrong there, and the ball goes through his legs. A characteristic we have already seen a number of times from our goalkeepers this week. So there's a tip for any of our players watching this match in the upcoming weeks. Try to slot the ball between the goalkeeper's legs. 1-0 to Rapid Viennetta. And as I was mentioning earlier, both these teams have had mixed fortunes. And a save there from Chopper, double save there, making up for his mistake against Aidan earlier on. Rapid Viennetta have had a hard time so far this week. And Parmesan Belgrade are back into this game. I was about to say they've had a much better turn of form in their opening match this week, and Jordan there once again showing the impact that he has on this Parmesan Belgrade team there as he shot from distance. Brilliant run, after a quick throw it from Chopper in goals there and converts the goal to make it 1-1. And we're getting going once. Oh, incredible there. Unbelievable there from Cal. Trying to get myself adjusted into this piece of play here as Cal takes his shot from midway, almost straight from kickoff there. Once again, that's poor from Chopper there. And you can see the frustration as he boots that ball away there. Absolutely frustrated with himself. As Commissioner should be showing a little bit more of a calmer head there. But it's 2-1 in this match. Rapid Viennetta delighted with the two individual mistakes there from Chopper. But big credit to Cal there for that shot. It managed to bamboozle the Commissioner in goals there, and it's still going in the back of the net. So 2-1 as their actions off happening in the corner of the pitch there. Lewis and JC obviously having a bit of physical battle there, but Jordan's picked up there and it's saved. Actually, it's Paddy, sorry, not Jordan. And Paddy's second attempt does get converted there. Paddy in front of the goals there, first saved by Niall in goals, and then second, that just trickles into the back of the net. Frustration there for Niall after a great first save, and the ball just trickles in there. So 2-2 in this match. Paddy on loan from the Commissioner's team for Parmesan this week, also showing he is capable of converting for Parmesan Belgrade. And Parmesan Belgrade are still in this game, be fully in this game, with the scores being 2-2 as JC looks to play through to Cal. Can Cal do it again? And the big hand comes down there for Chopper there. Another shout for inside, but not sure what is going on there unless they thought Graham had touched it. It did look like Chopper had both hands on the ball, so it wouldn't matter as the ball was stopped there. But in any case, referee has decided nothing needs to be penalised or looked at from there, so the game continues on. Jordan with the run, Jordan with a shot, Jordan with the goal there. Lovely hold-up play by Paddy on the far side there. Waited for Jordan to make that run. Very tight angle there. Niall loses his foot in there, you have to say. Tries to get the foot out, stumbles back a little bit, and maybe that gave the opportunity for the goal there for Jordan. As we get going and our ref switches away from his pink top into a more black top there. Ray and Graham having a good handshake there. Nothing vicious there or any of the sort, but obviously the understanding and just Ray checking Graham's alright after that little trip as Lewis comes through now and a save there from James, and the ball comes all the way back towards camera. Graham, lovely footwork up against Ray there as Graham continues to go forward and sees opportunity on the far side, and it is converted by Paddy. Brilliant play there from Graham. He's on fire this week after having a number of rough weeks with Parmesan Belgrade. He's really found his form this week as a wonderful ball played into Paddy there, and Paddy just slots it into the back of the net, and the out-rushing James can't do anything about it. 4-2 in this match. Parmesan Belgrade getting themselves really in control of this as Chopper collects the ball, both hands, rolls it out quickly, and the shot is denied there. And then Lewis with the opportunity. Lewis also on loan from Commissioner squad there, can't quite convert. Really attacking stuff and quick play here from Parmesan Belgrade. Again, said this earlier, Jordan and the players from the Commissioner's team have really changed up this team as Jordan's shot just goes high and over there, and so we now know Jordan doesn't convert every chance he gets. He is human as Chopper gets down with a strong hand there, and there's the shout for the quick release, and it has been Lewis, ball up to Stephen. Oh, that is wonderful there from Parmesan Belgrade. The quick release from the goalkeeper there. Lewis with an absolute piercing ball all the way through. Stephen with the first touch there. I think there was shouts that he was in the box by a couple of the players there. He looks definitely outside the box. Yep, definitely outside the box with the foot when he makes contact initially, and it goes into the back of the net. And he's also just changing direction of the ball more than anything. So referee decided that's an absolute legitimate goal, and the game continues on. 5-2 in this match. Parmesan Belgrade, almost like a completely different team with these players, and there will probably be some requests to have a few of them signed permanently as Jordan just goes wide. And Lewis with the goal there. The ball bounced off the backboard there. It got away from Jordan with the shot. You can see there just a little bit wide. Jordan looks to run onto it, leaves it for Lewis. Lewis with the left foot. That's a brilliant curling there. It's going away from goal and hits the inside of the far side of the net. Really difficult shot to save that as it looks like it's about to curl away from the goal. Perfectly placed by Lewis. 6-2, complete action from Parmesan Belgrade. They look like they're in full stride here. Rapid Viennetta kind of look like they don't know what's hit them. And to be fair, probably most teams would be feeling the same in this position. There's a great save there by James once again. This is a completely different Parmesan Belgrade team that we've seen for weeks, and I know I'm harping on about it, but incredible considering that last week in each of their games they conceded 9 goals, as Jordan sticks another one away for Parmesan Belgrade to make it 7-2 as the scoreline now. Massive difference to them. Could this be the spark that causes Parmesan Belgrade to turn a corner so far in the season and get away from their negative form? As Chopper's now out of the goal, now replaced by Paddy. We're seeing a shift in the team at 7-2 there. The shot from JC on target, but Paddy managed to get some strong hands and get it away. JC there plays the ball across goals, but nobody there. Now Chopper's away with a pass there. Chopper, who can he play? Takes the shot and gets it all wrong there. And Rapid Viennetta will be delighted to see chances squashed like that. Parmesan Belgrade looking to play it from the back, and the ball all the way played up as it makes it through to Graham. Now Graham with the shot himself. Oh, and that was almost sneaking into the goal there, but James gets a strong foot there. The ball played up towards Stephen. Stephen now to Jordan. Jordan back to Stephen. Stephen, will he shoot? Can he convert? Place it back to Jordan. Can somebody do it? And he hits it high. Stephen and Jordan trading passes there. Eventually, when the trigger's pulled, it's not converted, but JC's is. Brilliant hit there from distance. I think what was said there by the referee, I think Cal was trying to claim, you can see there, Cal's hands in the corner, he's trying to claim for the free kick. JC rides it like he did in the early game against Scrandinavia and slots it into the back of the net. And I think the joke there from the referee was they want the free kick after the goal as the ball goes skyward by Graham there, straight from kick-off over the top, and everyone having a chuckle to themselves there. James plays the ball out to JC for Rapid Viennetta to come forward. JC still running. JC, oh, that's brilliant. JC out of almost completely nothing. He is forced to go wide by Stephen there. You can see he takes the run, actually takes himself wide as well, but Stephen there, great physical battle there, but still manages to find the opposite side of the goal there. 7-4, 2 quick goals by JC, 2 quick goals by Rapid Viennetta. There isn't a huge amount of time. I think it would be a stress to say that Rapid Viennetta could get 3 goals, but you never know, and that's a save there from James, because you never know, it could cut the deficit and make it a bit of a squeaky bum time for Parmesan Belgrade. But they have the ball in the right places with Stephen in front of goal there, and it's hit off the post, and Chopper can't get on the end of it. Jordan now with the shot, closed down there by Ray, and the ball all the way back. Parmesan Belgrade will be looking to keep this ball under their control for the time being, as the whistle is about to blow. 7-4 Parmesan Belgrade, 2-2 for the boys in white. Game number 8 sees Bayern Bru versus Fatburn Rovers. Bayern Bru in purple, Fatburn Rovers in green. Bayern Bru shooting left to right, Fatburn Rovers right to left. Bayern Bru already picking up a point this week in the earlier game, so they'll be looking to pick up more as they try to move away from the bottom of the table. And Fatburn Rovers looking to try and continue their good form as they have been moving up the table so far with good results. As early on there, John is denied by the Bayern Bru goalkeeper, whose leaps in goal just now. John picking up the loose ball there through to Robbie. Robbie tries to lay it off, but it's blocked there, and the ball bounces around on the edge of the box. There's a shout there from Fatburn Rovers. They think the goalkeeper has picked it up out the net there. Oh, it's tight. It's very, very tight from the angle. It's really hard to see. Depending on which angle that you're at with it, it would be difficult to see whether they've actually reached out of the box or not. So unsure. I can't conclude from this one anyway, as you would say from the footage there. So we'll just have to go with the referee's decision as Timber there gets the shot away, but it's blocked by the goalkeeper there. Bayern Bru on the defensive now as they look to play it out to Andrew in the counter. Andrew all the way through to Roscoe. Roscoe takes the shot and Roscoe converts for the opening goal, and Bayern Bru are the first team in this match to get themselves on the score sheet. Brilliant pass there by Andrew all the way through to Roscoe, and then Roscoe finding the back of the net past the diving Fatburn Rovers goalkeeper to make it 1-0. And as I said earlier, they've already picked up a point in the earlier game. They'll be delighted with this start as Fatburn Rovers are blocked there and denied an equalising goal. Fatburn Rovers will be looking to push forward and get some more goals after their impressive comeback against OB in the earlier match. John there in front of goals. Great save there by Leaps and goal. The ball's still loose, and John does get the shot away, second time asking, and slots it in the back of the net there. And that is the equalising goal for Fatburn Rovers there. Brilliant finish there. Tightest of angles. You see Leaps there, he's trying to close down the angle in the goal there, but a really tight area. John manages to get the ball into there. Brilliant goal by him, and a great goal there for Fatburn Rovers. John with the second shot there, but unable to get a clean connection onto it. So 1-1 in this match now. Had a little bit, I'm not going to say controversy actually, because it wasn't at all. It's a very, very hard one to call in that position, especially from this angle. But there's been a lot of action in this game so far, as the back heel there tried to be played there by Sean, but unable to happen there. A bit of battling on the opposite side of the pitch. Eventually makes it all the way through to John, but John not there, and then Bayern Bru see it back to their goalkeeper. But the action's continuing in this game as John on the opposite side of the pitch looks to try and get past Colin there. John continues forward. John, great ball in, but unfortunately no one able to get a touch on that, and it rolls safely through to the goalkeeper. Ball played off the wall there, and a bit of battling there. And there's shout there for a free kick. Looks like should have been a free kick given there. Colin definitely not happy with that. Apologies for any language that you've heard with that. As the ball's in the middle, and there's the goal from Sean. Well, Bayern Bru will find themselves frustrated that it felt they should have had the free kick. It looks like the free kick should have been given, but it has been played on with it. But you have to say from there, Bayern Bru got static in the defensive there. I think they're still complaining about it, but they did get static, and John has continued on and played up to the whistle and has got himself a goal as a reward there, and the ball just trickles through from the defence into the goalkeeper there. So 2-1 for Fatburn Rovers in this match as Paul tried to use the wall there, but unfortunately unable to, and lost it there. John now for Fatburn Rovers coming forward with the shot. A brilliant save there from Leaps once again in goal. Credit has to be given to Leaps there. You've got to say, if he hadn't been up to his goalkeeping standard that he has in this game, you would think that Bayern Bru could be further behind there. Once again, shows off the goalkeeping skills to deny John there. Fatburn Rovers going forward. Once again, the shot just goes wide of the goal there. Oh, and it looks like John's might have touched the ball in the box. Bayern Bru shouting for it, but John scored anyway. No whistle from the referee, no stoppage in play. Bayern Bru very upset with it, but they've just stopped completely there, you have to say there. And John smashed it in. Actually, to be fair to Leaps and goal, he tried the best there to try and stop the ball there, but a brilliant strike there from John. Let's have a look at this now. Well, that's incredibly tight. The referee is never going to see that from the other side of the pitch. We've got a great angle here because it's right in front of the cameras, but the referee will have had to have eagle eyes to be able to see that from where he is. Unfortunately for Bayern Bru, it does look like it was in the box, but they're going to have to just play on with it anyway. Our referees don't have support from cameras on any other officials, and so these things will happen. But Fatburn Rovers have had a slice of luck there, you'd maybe say. Definitely not the referee's fault. It's just the way the game has gone with in terms of luck. And there's 3-1 ahead in this match. Fatburn Rovers now feeling the attacks from Fatburn Rovers continues there. As John shot there, full credit to John, both for that goal and the one before it. He's continued to play on with it. Absolute smash that ball. Lovely touch there on the turn and into the bottom corner there. And that puts Fatburn Rovers 4-1 ahead in this match. You would say overall Bayern Bru have been unlucky in this game, just with the way the luck has played in this match overall. But they need to keep going in this game. There's not long left. This is the ball bounces into their box there. The referee's about to blow the whistle any moment now. There it is, 4-1 to Fatburn Rovers. Game number 9 sees Scrandinavia versus Fatburn Rovers. Scrandinavia in red, shooting from left to right. Fatburn Rovers in green, shooting right to left. And just to let viewers know, we did have a technical issue with our camera towards the end of the game. So unfortunately, there's 2 goals at the end of this game that we're unable to bring you. We do miss about 5 minutes of the game there, but we're keeping this in the highlights package as there's plenty of action to be able to see in this match. So we apologise for that, but we hope you enjoy the highlights for the rest of the game and appreciate some of the class act goals that are on display here, as well as the goalkeeping there as Stephen gets across to block Champer's shot there. And there is the opening goal there from Champers, shot from distance there. The ball arrived to there's a running player in Chris there that gives him an option, but he decides to go on his own and smash it all the way into the back of the net to give Scrandinavia the opening goal in this game. 1-0 to Scrandinavia as John looking for some keepy-uppies and then decides to hit it with power, but it goes wide of the goal there. Matthew now with the ball, running across his own box there, looking to keep out of the box, plays at the Homer, now to Champers. Champers once again in front of goals. Can he convert? It's saved there. Homer now, and he blasts it over the top of the goal there. Unfortunately for Scandinavia, unable to convert it. Scandinavia, who have had some brilliant success this week in results there. Homer winning that ball for John Knowles, found Champers, save there from Stephen, and he manages to keep it out of the goal to keep it at 1-0. Chris looking to get away, but the ball's been lost in front of goal there. Thomas tries to get it away. Sean now has the ball at feet for Fatburn Rovers, looks to play the shot, and Wayne makes the save there. Fatburn Rovers with Sean looking to come forward once again. John collecting it, has Chris there from Scandinavia to try and apply some pressure, but the ball there just hit wide and it's bounced all the way back to Wayne and goes to Scandinavia. Chris now keeps the ball though. Mitchell comes across and wins it. A great back heel there to Sean. Now who can Sean play in here? Got a couple of players. Plays it through to John. No, John's got into control. John scores there. And that is the equalising goal for Fatburn Rovers. John taking in that pass. Great pass played through to him in a wonderful position in front of goals and just puts it into the bottom corner to add another goal to his tally this week and makes the game 1-1. So Fatburn Rovers back into this match after trailing early on, but through John and thanks to his form this week, as you've seen in other matches, they're able to get back into the game. Scandinavia up in the Fatburn Rovers half. The ball there, shot from Champers, but the save there from Stephen, doing a great job in goal so far in this game as another shot goes wide from Scandinavia. Champers has chased that ball. He's got it in the middle of the pitch. John forces it back to Matthew all the way through to Thomas. Thomas' ball is short there to Mitchell. Mitchell with the shot and it's in the back of the net there. And that's 2-1 in this game now to Fatburn Rovers. Mitchell picking up the loose pass there from Thomas. Thomas trying to play it through to Champers, who's up high in the pitch, awaiting it. John there is an option. Mitchell doesn't use it. 2-1 to Fatburn Rovers. So a bit of a turnaround in this game for Fatburn Rovers. Behind trailing. Sorry, I was going to say leading, but they were actually trailing in this match early on. And now they've turned it around. Scandinavia looking to come forward now. Thomas lost the ball to John. Can John convert? No. Wayne stands big and strong there and denies John another goal. Timber now looking to play it to Robbie. Fatburn Rovers looking to come forward. Mitchell to John. John there trying to find Mitchell again, but it's gone to John, and the save there from Wayne. Wayne causing frustration for Fatburn Rovers by denying them once again opportunities. Matthew plays the long ball all the way up, but Mitchell's intercepted it. John through to Robbie. Robbie back to John. Can John convert? Great save once again by Wayne, denying John there. John will be having nightmares about Wayne tonight, you would think, with the amount of chances he stopped there, as Chris is on a run and he's rode one of the tackles now to lose to Champers. Champers with the shot, and Stephen there makes the save. Now Scandinavia looking to play it out from their own goal mouth there as Wayne plays up the Champers. Great ball through to him there. Champers now looks to play Chris. Chris with the shot. Stephen with the save. Save after save by both these goalkeepers here. Wayne rolling the ball out, and now it's been intercepted. Fatburn Rovers on the break. John through to Mitchell. Mitchell with a shot. Mitchell with another goal. A clinical counter-attack there for Fatburn Rovers. John in the middle of the pitch plays that ball through to him, and then Mitchell decides he's going to take the shot himself, and after some fantastic saves by Wayne, he sees the ball go past him into the back of the goal. So to let viewers know, we are at the point where we did have the technical issue, so this is the last bit of action we'll be able to show you with it, but we'll go with the commentary and then we'll give you an update, the final score at the end. Wayne currently now with the ball, looking to play it all the way forward. Eventually it lands with Stephen. Timber looks to see the ball, looks to push forward, looking to play the long ball, plays it all the way through there to Mitchell. The ball comes back, a little bit of a slip there, and at this point Timber gets himself an injury and the footage comes to its conclusion. 4-2 was the final score. You can see the goal scorers on there on the graphics. Game number 10 sees Flaberdeen versus Bayern Bru. Flaberdeen in blue shooting left to right. Bayern Bru in purple shooting right to left. Both these teams have had, you could just say, a bit of a frustrating week, and they're finding themselves moving down the league table. Bayern Bru already at the bottom, but Flaberdeen moving in the same direction as Danzo. They are early on in this match. Hits a blow into Bayern Bru's hopes for walking away with points from this match early on, as he gets the opening goal in this match. Lovely ball played into him from the corner there, and he strikes it past Taylor in goals to make it 1-0 in this game. Danzo looking to come forward and play that ball, but is unable to reach the target. So Flaberdeen in the happier position early on in this game, as Jamie, who's been in goals for the majority of the games this week, has decided to come out and have a little go outfield. Jamie, who's known for being an outfield player as well as a superb goalkeeper, so it'll be interesting to see what he can do for his brand new team that he's made the debut for this week, as Bayern Bru look to come forward. And a brilliant finish there by Craig for Bayern Bru. Nice play from the Bayern Bru players there. Finds Craig in the middle of the pitch there. You can see two defenders looking to come forward, think he's going to take it right, but he takes the shot in the middle of the park there. And Paul for Flaberdeen in goals just has to watch that ball roll past him. So 1-1 in this game. The teams are back to being at level once again. And both these teams, as I said earlier, will be looking to get away from this match with the maximum points as they try to turn around their form, as Andrew in the middle of the pitch takes the shot, but it is saved by Danzo in goals now. So Flaberdeen having a bit of rotation of goalkeeper in goals, and now Barry's on the chase back to try and close down. Andrew now has the ball. Andrew gets the goal. Andrew back after a long period of absence for Bayern Bru there. Brilliant pace by him there. Manages to get the ball off the backboard, back into his feet after beating Baz there for pace on the opposite side of the pitch, and then is able to put the ball past Danzo in goals to put Bayern Bru once again back in the driving seat of this match. 2-1 to Bayern Bru there. And the goal's not been given, but a penalty has been given instead here. You can see Andrew, unfortunately and ironically for Andrew only actually has one arm, and it's hit off the one arm that he's had. And that's a great save by Taylor, and Andrew will be delighted with that. It's incredibly cruel to say to the only player with one arm that we have in the league that he's conceded a handball, but it has happened. The lovely ball by Andrew though, can it be converted there? Oh, and it's just gone wide. So Bayern Bru delighted with the penalty save by Taylor. Great save by him there. It was a good penalty by Danzo, but Taylor guessed right, and the score remains 2-1 as Andrew in front of goal tries to shoot and just hits it over the goal there. Bayern Bru definitely with their tails up, probably especially after the penalty save, and Taylor looks to get them going once again. Andrew, ball at feet. Jamie's applied pressure though. Jamie now, and Taylor makes a great save there as Jamie pounces on that delay of the ball there that Andrew had. Andrew, opposite side of the pitch now, looks to play it in the middle. Can he find a player there, leaves? But no, he's unlucky and hit the post there. Great strike, but didn't hit the back of the net. Hits the woodwork instead. And now Flaberdeen are on the break here with Doug. Doug pushing forward to Craig. Craig has players either side of him. Looks to play himself and hits the post, and it goes in. That's a great finish there by Craig. Had players left or right of him, decides that he doesn't need either of them, and then takes the shot there, and it bounces off that inside post. Looks like as if that was going to go either hitting the post and come back out or go wide, but it trickles inside of the post, and that makes it 2-2 in this match. Bayern Bru once again finding themselves on level terms against Flaberdeen, and now they look to come forward there with Craig, but the shot just goes wide there. Nice play there by Paul in the middle of the pitch there, tries to, but eventually it's closed down. And now Craig for Flaberdeen looking to come forward, looks to play Jamie with a shot. Jamie with the goal. Great finish there by Jamie. Not only can he produce in goals for Flaberdeen, but he can produce on the outfield as well. Great shot there, hits the back of the net. Roscoe, the opposite side, tries to keep up there after seeing the opportunity in the pass play through, couldn't, and Jamie gets a goal to his name in this match and for Flaberdeen. So Bayern Bru now, the table has completely turned on them and they are behind in this match. Craig looks to play into Baz. Colin gets a foot on there, takes away by Craig, but Craig's still got it. Now Craig's heading through on goal, takes the shot, and a good save there by Taylor. Now Taylor's released. Bayern Bru to go forward. The ball played out to Roscoe. Roscoe with a shot. Kevin goals for Flaberdeen. gets down and holds on to it well. So the game stays at 3-2 with action happening at both ends as Bad take that ball away from Taylor there, and now he's got a couple of Bayern Bru players closing down Craig now. Craig, will he get the shot away? He does, and he gets the goal. Great goal there by Craig. Bayern Bru trying their best, throwing bodies all over the place to try and get anything on this ball to stop it from hitting the back of the net. And unfortunately for them, it goes into the opposite corner and is a fourth goal for Flaberdeen in this game. Great turnaround by Flaberdeen. They've had a tough week as well as Bayern Bru, so Flaberdeen will be elated that they've managed to turn this game around, as it looked like it might have got away from them. Roscoe there. Oh, and Roscoe with a goal, a third goal for Bayern Bru there. Came there from the offside of the pitch. The ball's played down to him from there, and then he takes the shot and just gets it past Kev in goals there. And that's a third goal there for Bayern Bru. Martin there supplying the pass there to Roscoe. And so it's 4-3, so now there's only a 1-goal difference, and there's an opportunity for Bayern Bru to get back into this game. Once again, they've managed to stop Flaberdeen from pulling away from them. And so will they be able to take advantage of this? Craig uses the board to get past Colin, does it successfully. Now he's up against Craig. Craig versus Craig. And Flaberdeen Craig gets the goal. There's his hat-trick. That's a fifth goal now for Flaberdeen. Great stuff there as Craig for Bayern tries to put the foot out to try and get a touch on the ball. Is unable to. And Flaberdeen Craig sees himself get the goal there. 5-3 in their hat-trick for him there. Flaberdeen back in control again, putting a 2-goal cushion in front of themselves once again. They will be feeling more comfortable now that they've got that after the comeback was on. There's Colin for the goals. And he hits it over. I think Kev might have got a touch, but the ball was always rising there. So whether the goalkeeper palmed it over, that the shot was probably going in that direction anyway. As the ball's been intercepted by Danzo. Danzo now looking to find somebody. Is he going to take the shot? Danzo is blocked there by Colin, but he still has it. Danzo takes shot back post to Baz. Baz converts. There's a 6 for Flaberdeen. Bayern Bru, unfortunately, are starting to capitulate now. It's a hot and sticky evening, and everything's fallen apart for them now after looking so good early on. Their heads will be down with this. Roscoe's still trying to push them on as well as Paul, but it's going to be tough now. And you wonder, for Bayern Bru, is the safest thing now just try to shut up shop and to stop any more goals coming in. Paul now with the ball, looking to take the shot, and it's high across the goal there. You can see everything taking a little bit longer. Martin's shot there is saved by Kev. That was unfortunate for Martin. It looked like it was heading into the back of it there until Kev got down. Flaberdeen looking to play for the back now. Danzo, long ball all the way up. Great pick out of Craig there on his own. Craig there with a shot. Craig with a fourth. And that's seven goals for Flaberdeen. Unfortunately for Bayern Bru there. Great pick up by Danzo to find Craig there. The ball bouncing about. Managed to get a good connection on his foot there. I think Jamie was offering the option there, but Craig didn't need it. And makes it 7 there. And unfortunately for Bayern Bru, they're going to be on the end of a heavy defeat, it looks like here, as we enter the last piece of play for this match. Bayern Bru at this point, maybe just waiting for that final whistle. Roscoe makes the run there. Martin comes across to give him options there. Martin is intercepted there by Craig, and Flaberdeen will look to hold it in their half of the pitch until the whistle goes. There's not coming out that corner, looking to hold it. Long ball up to Jamie though. Can Jamie get shot away? Taylor with the save. Referee's whistle blows. 7-3 to Flaberdeen. Final score. Penultimate match of Week 7, Season 8 sees Ivory Toast versus Rapid Viennetta. Ivory Toast in yellow shooting left to right, and Rapid Viennetta in orange shooting right to left. This is a top of the table clash, and the result for either team here could see the driving seat of the league for this season shift towards them. As earlier on there, Ivory Toast with a chance, but Connor unable to convert, and Ian makes the save here. You can tell this is going to be a bit of a tense game. Both teams will know exactly where each other is in the league. As the MJ's through here, can he convert? James comes out and makes a fantastic save to deny Ivory Toast the chance to go in the lead early on here. So both teams will be looking to try and get anything out of this game. I say anything, I mean 3 points more than anything. As Zach there with a brilliant save against JC. So far, though, no one has managed to get past and break the barrier of the goalkeepers and get that opening goal. It's still 0-0 as JC looks to try and taunt in Liam there, and the shot just goes wide from the deflection, denying JC there. He was looking to draw Liam in to get himself some extra space, and it didn't quite work. Liam now with the ball for Ivory Toast, and the save, what a save there by James, off the side foot and in and stopped there dead with his other foot there to deny an early chance. I say early, probably about a mid-game chance there for Ivory Toast. JC in front of Zach now, can he convert? Oh, what a save, unbelievable Zach. JC right in front of him, 1v1, and Zach throws out a limb and denies it. Still 0-0 in this match. Both keepers here pulling out brilliant saves. Aiden now with a shot, and it just goes wide of the post. Unbelievable stuff here that we're still sitting on 0-0 in this match. Greg doing some keepy uppies here now, waiting for some support, still continues for it, gets the turn, not quite through, but he is now, and it's straight at James and goal. And James trying to release JC there, but the ball turns all the way through, and the loose ball there, and JC is denied by Zach once again, as we find Ivory Toast with the free kick on the edge of the box, but NJ just shoots wide after getting the pass from Liam. Now Greg looking for a player there, and an elbow, a big elbow there out for James to deny. Still 0-0. Unbelievable. Top of the table clash. No goals yet. Could JC do it this time? JC through and goal. Can he shoot? Oh, what a save by Zach. Looked to chip him. The big hand came out. Denied JC. Keeps it at 0-0. Unbelievable here. You do wonder, is this because it's the last match of the week? Everybody's getting a bit tired as Zach denies JC once again. Rapid Viennetta looking the more lethal in this. Ivory Toast thanking the lucky stars that Zach's on loan from Commissioner as Liam Sue plays it to Greg. Oh, and Greg shot high over there. Unbelievably, we're about to enter the last moments of play in this highlights from this game. 0-0. It's the final score. Incredible stuff here. 0-0, the top two teams. Final match of week 7 sees O.B City versus Parmesan Belgrade. O.B City in black shooting left to right, Parmesan Belgrade in white shooting right to left. As Adam early on for O.B City has the opportunity there, but he's unable to find a player or get a shot away. So, final game of the week. Parmesan Belgrade have been in great form so far this week, as Paddy on the run there is in front of goal and just shoots just wide past Brian in goals. As I say, Parmesan Belgrade 2 out of 2 so far, complete ton of fortunes compared to previous weeks, and O.B City themselves have had a bit of a mixed fortune but have been playing well so far this week, as Lewis with the shot there is saved by Brian. So both teams really going to go for it as the last game of the week here. Parmesan Belgrade coming forward. Graham now looking to play through to Lewis. Lewis through on goal. Can he convert? Save it there by Brian. Sticks out the leg and denies Lewis the opening goal in this game. The ball all the way through, goes all the way through the chopper and goes in, and chopper looks to restart for Parmesan Belgrade. Was intercepted there, but it's bounced off Lewis. Now Stephen, and what a save there by Brian. Unlikely goalkeeper that you would have expected from O.B City with his prowess out of the field with his goal scoring and assists, but he's in goal, doing a good job here as the ball's off the backboard. Paddy's got it under control. Oh no, unbelievably! Paddy had that ball fully under control there, and he's just hit it back to Chopper, and Chopper's just not ready for that at all. You can see there, it's just gone too hard there. Chopper can't get to that. It's a perfect finish, you have to say. It's just into the wrong net. Paddy looked fully in control and comfortable with that ball at his feet, and disaster struck for Parmesan Belgrade. O.B City will be delighted. They've got the opening goal out of completely nothing there, and Parmesan Belgrade will now have to go and find an equaliser, let alone a goal to put them in the lead, as Brian pulls off another wonderful save there for O.B City to increase the frustration for Parmesan Belgrade. Jordan there running into Stephen accidentally though, but Lewis picks it up. Lewis now looking to play it and takes the shot and just hits wide there, and you can see the frustration there for just hitting wide. And now Paddy playing it out to Jordan. Jordan looking to cut in the middle of the pitch there, looks to play it into the middle to Lewis. Lewis now, and the ball's just lost. Stephen with a shot and just dragged wide, unfortunately. Parmesan Belgrade, a lot of attacking here in this game, but nothing for us. It's bounced off the back of Lewis. There's the clearance there from Brian. Jordan's picked up. Jordan, he's been pointed towards Paddy, and Brian there with the save again. Unbelievable goalkeeping here from Brian. Parmesan Belgrade getting shot after shot away, but Brian denying them every single time as Goggs picks up the ball. Goggs strides forward, and the ball hit off the post there, actually. A bit too calm there from Chopper and goals. The ball bounced off the post. Could have been another goal there for O.B City, but unfortunately for them, just hits off the post. Lewis now collecting the ball for O.B City in his half, and Lewis there challenging McGoggs, wins the ball. Jordan now with a shot. Brian there with the save. Now, actually, that looks like that should have been a penalty, actually. The foot out of the box here as it touches the ball as part of the save. And that should have been a penalty. That's been missed by the referee there. Hard to give to a degree because of the speed of it. But Parmesan Belgrade, they didn't claim for it. No one suspected it there as Chopper makes the save there. So 1-0. Two massive slices of fortune for O.B City between the own goal and that penalty not being picked up there. As Lewis takes a shot, and another slice of luck for O.B City. But a bit more forced by the skills of their team and their players. Adam there, great pass. Seeing Lewis in the middle of the pitch there. Chopper tries to come across and tries to block it, but is unable to. And Lewis gets a goal for O.B City. And now it is 2-0 to O.B City in this match as Jordan looks to push on there. Sorry, Paddy on the opposite side looks to push on there, but it's gone wide. Jordan picks up the ball and looks to restart again with Parmesan Belgrade. Adam now for O.B City looks to play it in, but it's been intercepted by Paddy. And now Jordan collects, and Jordan looks to play it into Stephen. Stephen now back to Jordan. Can Jordan convert? Saved once again by Brian. Incredible goalkeeping display here by Brian as Graham picks up the ball, looks to play in Stephen. Can Stephen convert now? Yes, he does. He finally, they're able to get it past Brian. In goals for O.B City. And that gives Parmesan Belgrade a goal in this match. A goal they have been sought after for so long in this match, but have had no luck until Stephen there managed to dink it past, outrushing Brian there. So 2-1 now in this game between these teams, as the action has been non-stop throughout the match. Predominantly the chances for Parmesan Belgrade, but O.B City, as they have right now, have had opportunities there, and Matt unfortunately just couldn't get onto that, as Lewis does though, and Lewis gets a third, and that has halted Parmesan Belgrade's comeback in this match. Matt there on the opposite side, lovely pass into Lewis, hits it first time, and Chopper not anywhere near that one, just watches it go past him in the goals, and it's 3-1 O.B City. Parmesan Belgrade have it all to do now as they're trailing, as Jordan goes in a solo run there, but Nathan is able to see the ball there. I think Jordan just slipped a little bit on the ball there and has gone down slightly. Games around this one are finishing off. You can hear whistles in the background, but this game is continued on as Stephen's shot is blocked there. Graham looks to pick up. Can Graham find a player there? Oh, and the shot there, it is denied. Brian has done a wonderful shifting goals tonight. Unbelievable stuff, and it could be the difference that means that O.B City walk away with the win. It looks like that so far. The ball comes across goal there, and the shot is just wide. And as we enter the last piece of play, O.B City looks like they're going to be walking away with the 3 points in this game. They are indeed. It's 3-1 to them. Final score, they get 3 points, and a big thank you goes to Brian for his superb goalkeeping. Confirmation of the final scores are on your screen now, including that incredible 0-0 between Ivory Toast and Rapid Viennetta. Top of the table clash and no goals. Looking at the table now, the games have been confirmed. Ivory Toast do go top, 1 point above Rapid Viennetta. Scrandinavia 1 point behind Rapid Viennetta, and Fatburn Rovers 1 point behind Scrandinavia, so all tight at the top. O.B City and Flaberdeen take 5th and 6th, and Parmesan Belgrade leapfrog over Bayern Bru at the bottom. Fat Fives are constantly looking for new players. Our registration windows never close. You can find our player registration form at our website, fatfives.football. Fat Fives are delighted to offer opportunities to all local, national and international businesses to work in partnership with our sponsorship programme. Head to fatfives.football/sponsor to see our brochure. Don't forget to like and subscribe to make sure that you're notified of all the highlights for this upcoming season.